Good morning, Brother Josh. Love you, brother. Have an awesome day.
That's right. Every day.
And that,
How long have I been doing that, Brother Josh?
ever since I've been part of the group,
And how long has that been?
about 4 years.
Good God, feels like long time. I know, and it's
Because I came
consistent.
in 2011.
Okay.
Actually, it's been 4 years.
Okay.
I think it was 4 years in April.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. First and foremost, you need to give it to yourself. That's what we're talking about. You have to validate yourself.
Powerful right here, brother. Because it also goes back up top where it says receiving identity.
Receiving identity
Because
through validation.
But see, in order for you to figure out who you are, you gotta know where you're going.
Yes, absolutely. Very powerful. All right, brother. Well, this is good. This is good stuff tonight. I like your participation in this, Josh. It's very good. All right, let's move down to where do you get your validation? Go ahead, brother Josh. Start us off there, sir.
Validation is the information we receive about our identities and a person and who we are as a person.
Yes.
We all adopt identities and beliefs about ourselves, and then we seek validation to reinforce.
Yes.
Let me say that again.
Read that again, brother.
We seek validation to reinforce
Reinforce.
and prove those identities and beliefs to ourselves.
Okay, so stop right there. Men, look what your brother Josh just said. We seek validation to reinforce. You may be thinking one thing. You may say, well, I'm pretty good at this, but you're really not too sure. So what you do, you go around people to encourage. Let me say that. You say that you go around people to encourage you in that particular thing to make you feel better about yourself. But if you're looking for that, that means you're really not confident in yourself. Go ahead, brother Josh.
It goes along the lines of identity and beliefs to ourselves. So, you know, like when you're doing something in school, right? I'm gonna take my school for example. It's hard for me to reach out and ask another person for help.
Why is that?
Because as a man, it's our pride.
That's right.
But see, as men, we gotta learn how to step off of the ledge.
That's right. That's right. That's
well,
right.
not necessarily off the ledge. We gotta take that first step to ask for help. Because before you can get help, you gotta want help yourself.
You gotta want help to receive the help.
Because you're not gonna go out and get help if you're not.
No, of course not. Of course not, because we don't want to open up ourselves up to condemnation or non-recognition. So we hide behind or we stand off. And we'll let things go by, and you'll think you'll find out, but you'll do it in your own little shy way to find out, or you'll joke about it. You see what I'm saying? To get the validation that you need. All right.
There are two different kinds of social validation.
Talk to it, brother.
External validation.
External, that means outside, outwardly.
The approval and
Admiration.
Admiration of others. The pursuit of external validation, or the need for internal validation, is often classified in self-help as the ego.
Yes.
Or the ego gratification, or be egocentric.
Okay, so that means our ego is wrapped up in that.
It's our pride.
It's our pride. That's what ego is. It's our pride. That's right.
Before I came to MSF, Brother Tyrone, I didn't know what an ego was.
Okay, that's all right, brother. That's all right. That's all right. Okay,
external validation is unpredictable and temporary.
Yes.
Let me say that again. External validation is unpredictable and temporary. So don't look for validation in the wrong places, because it's only going to be temporary. People may say things to make you feel good, and they really don't mean it. Nope.
Okay? You know, I always make this point, and Dr. Mike Murdoch said this a very long time ago, and I held on to this. Don't hang around people that tolerate you. Hang around people that celebrate you. All right? Celebrate who you are as a person, what you're doing. They're there to support you. They love you. They're going to be consistent, and whatever they say, you can count on it.
You know where the other validation comes from? Being in gangs.
Yes.
Because they tell you, oh man, good job today. But they don't really mean it.
They don't really mean it, because it's a means to end to get more money, or you're going to make you do something. So it's always something in there to get that validation. You're seeking it in the wrong places. All right, go to the next one, brother.
Internal validation.
Internal, meaning inside, inwardly.
The approval and admiration of yourself.
Analogous
to the popular psychological, right?
Psychological term.
Self-esteem. Developing internal validation requires defining values and goals for
Stop right there. The way you get validation in yourself is
defining values
and your goals.
For yourself.
If you have no values, if you have no goals, you have no identity.
Pretty much dead to the
because you have no identity. You don't know who you are. Because you have no goals, you have no value. You're just going day by day, whatever comes up. And some of you men are out there that are right there, right now, because may have been abused mentally or physically when you were younger, and all that has been taken from you. You have grown up into an adult. Now you still have these identity crises. You're going through all this because you have no values. Where are your goals at? You're just going day by day, and it's destroying your life. Go ahead, brother.
Let me go down where it says you often seek the advice.
No. External, okay. Yeah, for instance.
I'm not going crazy about girls who don't call me back anymore.
Okay, we're looking at validation.
And then sticking to that builds internal validation.
That's
or
right.
deciding. I'm going to practice guitar every day and then join a band.
Oh, okay.
See, there he had a
goal.
a vision.
Yes.
And he had a goal.
He had a goal. There you go. That's
and then
right.
doing it also builds internal validation.
That's right. That's right.
These things validate your chosen identity.
Your chosen identity.
You are meeting your own standards and approval regardless of the external circumstances.
There you go. So the key word is you have to make standards in your life, which are values that you stick by, that you don't compromise on. Don't let anybody make you compromise your value. You stand strong. If they don't want to be your friend, move on.
Yep.
You don't need them. All right, let's
often.
Go ahead. Good God, man, this is good.
You often seek advice that tells you to stop seeking validation.
All right.
But the fact is that it's impossible to not seek validation.
Yes.
Even the monk in the cave in the mountains for 9 years is eternally validating his adopted identity of being the monk.
Yes.
Who went to the cave in the mountains to meditate.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Validation is inevitable. This is right.
Inevitable.
And in most cases, completely healthy.
Okay, let's run through these two, then we're going to move on.
But people with a lot of shame.
Stop right there. Number one, people or men with a lot of shame. We talked about this last week a little bit. Shame. Okay.
Or people who have dealt with emotional traumas.
That may mean that you have some traumas in your life, and that's why we call this the trauma network.
In their past can have an inordinate need for validation.
Yes, yes.
They're insecure.
But they in what?
They're insecure.
All right.
About their identities.
Yes, that's right.
Therefore, need to constantly reinforce their values and worthiness.
See, there's that word again. It reinforce. You want to reinforce what you feel about yourself because you're really not sure who you are about yourself. So you want somebody else to reinforce what you're thinking to make you feel better.
I'm going to repeat it. I think
Good
it's important.
God from Zion.
What most people don't realize is that an excessive need for validation
is a what?
Is the symptom of a deeper problem.
There you go. It's not the root.
Not the problem itself.
There you go.
Most people also don't realize that excessive internal validation can be just as destructive and miserable as excessive internal validation.
Talk to me about that, Brother Josh. Talk to me. What does that mean to you?
Woo-hoo, Brother Tyrone. We getting deep and dirty.
That's what we gonna get.
We getting down and dirty with it tonight, brother.
What does that mean?
I mean, it basically means because it's not. Like, it goes back to that broadcast we did about the pornography.
Yes.
It's not the symptom. It's not the root. It's a symptom.
No, it's the symptom. It's
not. It's a symptom, not the root.
So we
see the root. The root. You got to get in order to be validated right. You got to have a. We got to
diagnose the problem.
You got to diagnose the problem.
There you go, and it's the root. That's why I was just telling that brother on the phone. I said all these things that we talk about as men, those are the symptoms.
Yep.
You got to deal with the root. Because these things are going to go on.
Because when you go to church, for people out there, we're a Christian-based organization, but we're not here to hit you over the head with religion and all that. But see, when you go into church, the pastor may talk about something, but he don't get down and dirty.
He ain't gonna get down and dirty with it because he's trying to protect. There's that mask. There's that mask again, trying to make.
See, us here at MSF, we get down and dirty with it, brother.
That's right.
We diagnose what needs to be said.
That's right. Absolutely, brother. All right, let's move on. I'm gonna read this. Why men need other men in their lives. John Eldridge has written extensively about men being and feeling masculine. And this is going to hit home, Brother Josh. Here you go. He says femininity can arouse masculinity. What does arouse mean, Brother Josh? Arouse masculinity means a man can get an erection from a woman that talks to him, that wants to be in his life. A man gets aroused.
You start thinking with
externally.
Then you get this.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
And then you get to be thinking with your other head.
Oh yeah, you get a hard on. You get an erection. That's what it is. That's what he says. He says femininity can arouse masculinity, but femininity can never bestow masculinity. Good God! I want you to see that, brother. You can get an erection, men, externally, but internally, you can never be, a woman can never bestow masculinity on you. It can only be from another man or a group of men that really have been trained, like the old man said, by doing and been trained that way.
There's no by.
There you go. There you go. Now you're getting somewhere. I'll read B and A and then we're going to move on. Unfortunately, it is increasingly common for men to look to women for confirmation of their masculinity. John calls this talking it to the woman and assures us it never ends.
Taking it to the woman.
Oh, taking it to the woman. That's right. Calls this taking it to the woman. And ensures us it never ends well for the man. He also explains why it does not end well for the woman as well. This is why so many men secretly fear their wives, and that is so true.
Yep. She
sees him as no one else does, sleeps with him, knows what he's made of. If he has given her the power, men, if you have given your woman the power to validate you as a man, then you have also given her the power to invalidate you. So there's your power right there. Once you release that power to that woman in your life, good God from Zion, she got you in the palm of your hand, in our hands, and you are at her beck and call. So you better be very careful, all right?
This next one's very powerful.
Okay, brother.
Men,
go ahead, brother.
Stop living for the approval of women.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that again.
Go ahead, brother.
Men, stop living for the approval of women.
Yes.
Now, how many men will admit to needing the approval of women?
All right.
Have you met any? As men get older and they suffer long enough,
yes,
they'll start to admit it and work toward change.
That's right. That's right.
But what about your buddies?
Yes.
Have you seen them shackled by this need for approval?
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yes.
Have you had the courage to honestly take stock and see where your need for approval is preventing you from being the man you want to be?
Yes.
I'm gonna read that again. That's
good.
powerful.
I was lying, bro. That's good stuff.
Have you had the courage to honestly take stock and see where your need for approval is preventing you from being the man you want to be?
Yes.
Ready to stop denying and start growing up.
Okay.
Let's first let's define approval as it relates to relationships with women.
All right.
Approval is her permission.
Her permission. She's trying to give you permission, man. That's what you messing up. Okay. And women.
As a man gonna do what he want to do anyway.
Yes, right. That's true.
Even if he don't get his approval from the woman, he gonna go do what he gonna do.
Yeah.
Because once us brothers get something in our mind, there ain't no changing it. We gonna do what we gotta do. We gonna go handle business.
I agree.
Where does this approval from women come from?
Mm-hmm.
As with most of our emotional, psychological relationship challenges, the seeds were planted a long time ago in your childhood.
Yes.
In your home.
Yes.
With your parent or parents.
Yes.
You learn more than you might have realized.
Stop right there. We ain't got to go no further. So it's a learned behavior. All the things you have. Where did the validation come from when you were very young? We already talked about this last week. There's two separations. There's a separation at a boy when he's 5, between 5 and 6, and then he's adolescent when he's a teenager. The parents take him out of the form of caring for him and being emotional, tell him keep
stop the world of drama,
and put him in a world of drama, saying, "Well, you're a man, grow up, do this and do that." Then that young boy loses all his emotion because he's being taught now not to show it.
He loses self-esteem.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. All right, let's move on.
You learn how to treat women.
Yes.
You learn how to get what you feel you needed.
Yes.
You learn how to cause chaos.
Yes.
We're good at that.
That's problem. That's right.
We're good at creating chaos.
We sure are. Yes.
Let me say something, Brother Tyrone, because this is what when I was in the court system, my lawyer told me. He said, it's hard to get in trouble, but easy to get out.
No, it's easy to get in trouble.
Yeah, I got mixed up. My lawyer said, it's easy to get in trouble, but hard to get out of.
It sure is. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
How to avoid crisis, how to calm the waters.
Yes.
How to medicate your pain. In a nutshell, you learn how to be the man you are today, primarily from what you saw in those early days.
Okay, stop now. Let's go down to the next one. We're looking at where do we search for validation? Where does it start? We already talked about in childhood. Now let's go to the next one.
The ugly truth.
The ugly truth. Wow.
What exactly is that you do to protect yourself from her displeasure?
Yes.
You send up trial balloons to see if you can get a tentative approval by tentatively suggesting a tentative idea you had.
Okay.
You edit yourself and avoid saying or doing what you know will provoke her. You spend an inordinate amount of time and energy concerning how she feels and how she reacts.
Yeah. Okay.
You've been rationalizing, compromising, second guessing, playing it safe, and avoiding confrontation.
Yes.
Us men, we're good for confrontation.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Especially if you say something I did something wrong, I'll be like, what?
That's right.
What you talking about?
See, being defensive.
Throw the dukes. Come on, let's go.
That's right. That's right.
As a result, you've slowly forgotten what really matters to you.
That's right.
What you were once passionate about, how you truly feel about issues yourself and others.
Yes.
Meanwhile, if you're a dad, you're passing this on to the next generation. Your legacy.
Okay, so all what you read there under the ugly truth, what is truly the truth here? And what are we talking about, Brother Josh? Out of that paragraph that you just read there? Because
we're talking about making a woman happy.
Okay, anything else in there?
It said, rationalize, comment, second guess, plain and say. But see, you also forgot what really matters to you, what your goals are in life.
Yes.
So you let that woman take over your life.
Right.
And
so we give up. We give it up something that's very important for something that may not last.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So men, you got to be very careful in your lives. Recognize who the truth is. First, you got to realize who you are and what your identity is. That way, you don't have to compromise your life. Not saying, women, that we're not there to support you, but we need to be validated as you do, and we need to be feeling good about ourselves. But men, it's your job to seek that out, to get that validation for yourself first. And you ain't got to worry about validation from nobody else, because once you know who you are, then you should be good to go. All right? All right, let's go down to the next one. What to do next?
Now what are you supposed to do? How do you change course after all these years?
Yes.
You've thought about these things many times, but you can't for the life of you imagine how anything you could lead to a better relationship with her. After all, you know her and you know how she is.
Yes.
Things won't change.
That's right.
Not true.
Okay.
When you change, it all changes.
That's right. That's true.
Will she still want to be around you when you made the change?
Yes.
Too soon to tell.
All right.
But really, if you want to be happy,
yes,
confident, proud, successful, you want to be a great man, father, and husband. Excuse me. Do you really have a choice but to change?
And that's very powerful, men. And that's something that we have a very hard difficulty with, Josh, is changing.
Right.
Because we think we don't.
We're so used to our environment.
Yes.
When we step out of our environment.
Yes.
We go back. Let me take it back here.
Okay.
As a man, we're considered the man box.
Exactly.
And our surroundings are considered to be in the man box.
That's right.
But when we step out of the man box, we get prosecuted, we get in trouble. All because, but see, society has led us to that route.
Sure.
As a man, we all cool and everything, but until something happens,
that's right.
We step out of the man box.
Yes.
But as soon as everything that we do conforms to the man box.
That's right.
But when we step outside of the man box, and it can definitely go with this too.
Yes.
As you step out of the man box, you get in trouble because society has forced you to step out of the man box.
That's right.
But see, they want to condemn you when they're the one who made you jump out of the man box to begin with.
Yeah. That's right. So the change is very hard, but like Josh said, about the man box. If you're conforming to that man box and you're inside that man box, as soon as you step outside to change your life, then you get condemned for it. But, like I said before, once you learn who you are as a person, you know your identity is, then you ain't gonna have no problem. You let them persecute you.
I was listening to a song the other day, one of my favorite songs. It's by a country singer.
Okay.
And in the song he said, you don't know where you're going until you know where you're at.
That's right. That's it, by knowing who you are in your heart. That's right.
I said that because it actually relates to this.
That's powerful. That's right. Exactly right. And that's so true. So 2 things that you got to do, men, when you change, you got to learn how to take risks. I mean, positive risks. All right. We talked about this in the broadcast a while back about how men take risks in not the normal way that you can cause problems, but this way you need to take risks for the positive way, and also create a new context with that woman in your life. Okay, because we're talking about women here for a little bit. You got to stop being a pleaser and start putting your energy into things that's going to make the relationship grow. Do something different. Take her out to dinner, surprise her with something. You have to start dictating. You have to start dictating the agenda. All right.
And then women can start taking the hint.
That's right. They will. And a woman don't mind.
A woman. Pause for the night, brother. See, a woman don't want no man that don't know his identity.
That's right. And she's not gonna follow nobody that don't have no vision,
right?
Or have no dream.
As a woman, I'm gonna say it from the woman's perspective here. I know I'm a man, but I'm gonna go from the woman's perspective here. As a woman's perspective, they try to find somebody that that conforms to their goals, where they're going in life, what they want.
Sure.
See,
Because a man,
we as men, when we go try to talk to a woman, we call it talking game.
yeah.
But see, sooner or later, that woman really gonna find out what you really about. If you're actually talking about what you're talking about.
That's right. That's right.
And when they find out that you're not talking about what you're talking about, they leave.